Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for our regular Thursday lecture. I hope that your day is going great. We are thrilled to have you here with us, learning more about what it's really like to study in the United States. Before we get started, let's get to know each other a bit. As some of you may already know, my name is Victoria and I'm the outreach coordinator for the Education USA network here in Ukraine. We are, of course, part of the global network of the US Department of State, committed to promoting diversity in the US higher education system and building bridges of knowledge across borders. Here, we offer accurate, comprehensive, and objective information about educational opportunities in the United States and guide us to qualified individuals and students on how to best access those opportunities. We, of course, understand that the process of applying to the US is rather different from that in Ukraine, so we are here to help you and support you every step of the process, as well as answer questions from beginning to end. Today, we're going to take a closer look at studying in the United States as a Ukrainian student. Have you ever dreamt of becoming a student in the United States? Do you want to make the dream a reality? Do you know how to make the most out of your US college experience? What resources for students are available on campus, as well as some of the do's and don'ts in the United States? Well, we'll talk about all these things and more today. It is my pleasure to welcome Sofiya Mіхайліченко, a recent graduate in mathematical science from Shawnee State University, Ohio, who will give you the inside scoop on the application process to American universities, essay writing, seeking funding, and of course, what it's really like to study in the United States. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, I would just like to encourage you today to be proactive, ask questions. We would love to hear from you. So do not hesitate to reach out. Without further ado, Sofiya, I'll turn it over to you. Take it away.
Yes, thank you so much. And yeah, we can start with the presentation right away. So yes, as was said, we'll be talking about studying in the US. And I'll be presenting today, so I'm going to introduce myself a little bit. As was said, my name is Sofiya Mіхайліченко. I was born in Sumy, Ukraine, and I am a Flex alumni, and I went to my exchange year in the United States in 2018-2019 academic year. And then I went to the university right after that. So since August 2019 to April 2023, I was at Shawnee State University in Portsmouth, Ohio. I graduated with bachelor's of mathematical science with an actuarial science concentration. That's just a fancy word to say that I know a little bit more about statistics and probability and risk management. And I also got a minor in business administration. So first, I want to talk a little bit more about my flex journey, just a little bit, because it's a very important part not only of my whole life, but of my academic journey in the American university. So as a flex student, I was placed in Ohio, in a very small village of South Webster of only 656 people. And I went to school there, which South Webster is about 30 minutes by car from Portsmouth, and that's where I went to the university. So I got to know about Shawnee State when I was in high school in South Webster. By the way, you can also see on the slide the mascot of the school, which is a Jeep. It's a cartoon character from a Sailor Popeye cartoon, very old. But yes, I was a senior in high school in South Webster, which means I was in the last year of school there, which was a little rare for a flex student to do, but I got very lucky. Studying at school there was very fun and quite easy after Ukrainian school, and I got to take part in lots of different activities except classes. Like I went to prom, of course. I did musical. I did some youth in government where we pretended to pass bills in the American government, so it was very fun. And I also got an opportunity to take an ACT test, which is kind of like an entrance exam to the universities like we have in Ukraine. That's kind of what it is in America. And I actually got an opportunity to take it for free. So I decided to take it for the experience. And later on, it turned out I got pretty good results. So my host family took a note of that. Um, and yeah, before I continue with that story, I wanted to introduce my host family, who is also a very big part of my university journey in America. And on the left picture, you can see all of them. Specifically my small host family, which is Adam, Aaron, and Carter and Parker Howe. Um, so they took a note of my good results in ACT, and they talked to the principal of the school about what opportunities I can have, with this result, with this test. And eventually, the principal said that I can actually get a diploma from American high school. And as you can see on the right picture, I actually graduated from American high school there. I had to take ACT test a couple more times to get the needed scores. My host family helped me a lot with putting my scores from Ukrainian high school into the American system. So it was really cool, and I'm very grateful for them. And we actually stayed in touch throughout my university journey. I spent a lot of different holidays with them. We went on many vacations. And as you can see on the right picture, they even were there on my university graduation. So it was very special. So now that this cute story is out of the way, we can actually get to business. So after high school, I was really thinking about going to any university. And at that point, it was just a dream to come back to the United States and study there. I knew about Shawnee State, which was only 30 minutes away from my high school. So one day I went there and I saw the campus, and actually my host dad's brother-in-law works at that university, and so he gave me a little more advice on what the process is like, what the funding opportunities are, and I actually started seriously thinking about this opportunities and possibilities, and I succeeded in it at the end. So I want to kind of share how I did it. So first, a little bit about my university. As I mentioned before, it is situated in Portsmouth, Ohio. And it is a quite old campus, which was founded in 1986. And it is right in the center of a small city of Portsmouth. So kind of everything is situated around the university. A lot of events take place on campus. So like even weddings or birthdays from people outside of university. So it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a small family over there. And also a lot of businesses work with university in a way that if you're a student, you can go to a restaurant that's really close to university or in Portsmouth in general and even get a discount. So the university itself is also really small. It's only 3,300 students, which makes the student to faculty ratio 16:1. So that means that for one teacher, you have 16 students, which also means that you have really small classes. So it's not like in big schools where, you have a class of 300 students, which makes it super cool and super personal. And you're not just a number for the professor, but you're actually a person, and they are very interested in what your life is like, and probably they'll know you by name. And to be honest, I still keep in touch with some of my professors. I really call them my friends. So also there are a lot of different majors, and if you're not familiar with the term major, it's just the area that you study in the university. So for me, my major was mathematical science. And at Shawnee State, there are more than 100 majors in not only bachelor's degrees, which is 4 years, but also associate degrees, which is 2 years, also master degrees, which is also 2 years, and we even have a few PhD programs. The most common majors are nursing, game design, and actually game design at Shawnee State is ranked nationally, so it's one of the best in like the whole United States, which is really cool. And also, we have really good business degrees. Personally, I chose maths because I really liked the subject, and also, coincidentally, the teacher in my high school in South Webster is an alumni of Shawnee State, so he kind of promoted the university a little bit for me. And in general, he kind of showed me mathematics from a different side, and I just loved it. So now I also want to show you a short campus tour video and then a promotional video. For the first video, just kind of bear with me. The sound on the background of the video is very annoying, but yeah, just enjoy the views. So that was the campus tour, and now we can see also the promotional video. All right. So I hope you enjoy them. Both of the videos can be found of the YouTube channel from the university. So just so I give the credit to the people who created them. All right. So now let's talk a little bit more personal about the famous student life and academics of American University. So, oh, sorry, I got lost in my notes. So first, I wanted to talk about the services the university had to offer to help me with my academics. Um, so one of my favorite places was the Success Center, as we called it, which is basically a place where you can go if you could go if you had any troubles with any of your classes, if you needed some tutoring, even if you needed some coaching or something along those way. We also had the Career Center, which helped you with professional development. So they helped with putting together a resume, getting ready for an interview, maybe even doing kind of like a trial interview and stuff like that. We also had a free library, which all the students had access to. So you could not only take books there, but you can also use computers to study and to do your work there. As well as that, we had the writing lab, which helped you with all the writing assignments. It didn't matter what it was, either for English or it was for geography. As long as it's writing or an essay, you could come there for help. Another cool thing that I loved about my university, and just in general, I know it's a common thing in all the American universities, is that professors have what they call office hours, which is basically when they say that they are available in their office and you can come and ask them questions. Our professors also told us we could come and just chat with them. There were so many places to help you that honestly to fail your classes is very difficult. Like, you really need to not do anything basically to fail your classes. So on top of that, as you probably might know, classes in American universities are very hands-on, especially at Shawnee State. There are a lot of labs, not only for science classes. For example, I took chemistry, and every week we would do something with chemicals. We actually saw what we were studying. It was really cool. And also for programs like nursing or plastics engineering, they also get to do something with their hands and actually try out what they'll be doing in their actual job. That's really awesome part about my university. And one thing that I wanted to mention, which is very, I guess, unique to our campus, is that we also had a pantry. And that's a place where you could come and get some kind of like free snacks, free school supplies, free hygiene products, like a shampoo or something. It was very helpful for students, especially when you don't have, a lot of finances. And another part, which is probably very famous, is the campus life with different clubs and different events. And as you can see on all these pictures, there is a lot to do. I think those pictures are maybe like 1/10, if not even less, of all the things that was involved on campus. Because on top of different events that are usually free for students, or if they are not free, for example, we had some Broadway shows that were touring around America, and they would stop at our university and give a performance in a theater. Usually the tickets would be discounted for students, so you could always see it at a really good price. And I was also part of many different clubs, like Math Club, Rotaract Volunteering Club. I was also part of student government, and it started with me being a representative there to be becoming a president of student government eventually. So opportunities are honestly limitless there. I also was a part of the honor society, and I even did a couple jobs on campus, which I'll talk about it a little bit later at a different slide. So I think the biggest takeaway that I want you to take from this specific slide is that get involved. When you are at a university, try everything you can, everything you want to. It would honestly make a difference. You'll meet many people. You would probably realize a lot of things about yourself. So yes, definitely get involved. And now that we are really excited about going to the university, let's actually talk about important things. And obviously the first thing is to find a school. that you want to go to, and that's very personal. It depends on, either you want to go to public school. For example, Shawnee State is a public school, so it's not a private school. But you can also go to a private school if you like that more. Depends on what major you want to choose for yourself, and stuff like that. So after you kind of decided that maybe you have options, it's also really good to look at the cost, because obviously it's a big question. At least for me, it was when I was thinking about going to America to study. And it is important to talk about costs because I think they are a bit different than what a lot of people think. So the big thing is that on the website of any university, obviously they give you a cost for a year. And usually it's a really good estimate, but a lot of the times it's not going to be exactly that. At least in my cases, my cost per year always varied, and it was based on many things, which you can see on the slide, and I'll talk about each of them. So the first thing that's included in the cost is tuition, and that's what you basically pay to the university to study there. That's where the teachers get their salaries and stuff like that. So it's a big part of the cost. Then you also have courses fees. So even though you pay to go and study there, there might be still additional fees. For example, if you take a science class and you're going to be doing something in the lab, they need to buy those chemicals and additional stuff. And that's what they'll put on your bill from the university as well, basically. Some additional costs for classes, but it depends on the class. Sometimes you might not have additional costs for the class. Then you also have housing. Again, it depends if your school offers housing. Mine did, and actually all the freshmen had to live on campus. And obviously there were some exceptions that you don't have to live on campus and stuff like that. But in my case, I was an international student, didn't really have another option except find another apartment outside of university. But I was so involved in all the campus life that it was just easier for me to stay on campus. And actually, my university is a little, maybe even special compared to most of the universities. We don't have what they call dorms, which is, you have your own room and then you share maybe like a bathroom with someone or a kitchen or a hallway and stuff. No, we all had apartments in our university, and there are different types of them. And I think somewhere here, there might be a QR code for my apartment. So if you want to scan it or click that QR code, you'll get on the website of my university and you can see what the apartment looks like if you're interested. Let's see. The next thing that's included or was included in my cost is food. Again, maybe I got very lucky, but we did have a cafeteria on campus. And again, as a freshman, I had to have a meal plan. A meal plan basically means I had a student card and they would load, as we call them, swipes for the food. So when I was hungry, I came to a cafeteria and I gave them my card and they'll swipe it, and that would let me inside and I could eat whatever I wanted. So we had a couple different, as we call them, meal plans, which again depended on how many food swipes you would have per semester or even per week. So yeah, you'll have to see it on the website of the university you want to go to if the food is included. If not, then you'll have to see if you have a kitchen in your house, or if you're renting an apartment, if you can make food for yourself, and so on. Another thing is the insurance that was included in my cost. So the insurance was coming from the university, especially for international students. The insurance from different countries might differ, of course, not only from American system, but in general from each other. And so that's why they are making sure that all the students are insured, like to the basics. So if anything happens, you're covered, you can go to the doctor and stuff like that. It is very important. You have to have an insurance when you're in America. And if you do want to switch the insurance in our university, you had to talk, obviously, to the director of international programs. And then, there had to be some documents processed and they had to see if your insurance is good enough or it's comparable to the one that the university is providing, and so on. And the last thing is books. So yeah, books are not free in America. You have to buy them in a lot of cases. In a lot of cases, they might be already also included with the cost for the courses, but it depends. So yeah, that's kind of a breakdown of the costs. I hope it makes it a little more clear. So the next question, now that we talk about money, is how do we pay for all of this? And I'll talk from my personal experience, just because that's how I did it. So first way is, of course, scholarships. Scholarships can be different. Scholarships can be coming from the school itself. For example, because I did pretty good on my ACT test, I got a scholarship from the university for that. Scholarships can be coming from other different organizations, which again, when I was in high school, I applied to such an organization and I got a couple scholarships from there. And it was more private scholarships, so coming from actual either people or organizations based on the application that you put. But my advice would be just to, search anywhere you can for them. See where you qualify, talk to your university representative if you have any opportunities or what are the options. And I also worked on campus. So as an international student, you're only allowed to work part-time during the semesters, which is 20 hours per week. And during holidays, so when you don't have school, you are allowed to work full-time, which is 40 hours a week. And I did an assistant, so an office assistant job. I actually worked at the in the Office of International Activities and Programs. So I worked with other international students, which was very fun. And I also tutored math. So those were my main jobs that I did for 2 years or even 3 years, so almost when I started school. And the other jobs I did over summer, also on campus. I did some summer camps where I actually got to travel with the organization. And I did some Weekend of Welcome Ambassador, which is basically when we helped new students on campus to move in, and we did different fun things with them for the first week of school. So those are the options that I used to fund my study in America. Okay, and the next thing is the actual application process. So again, I'll be talking about the specific process at SSU, but they are pretty much comparable. So at my university, I didn't need to write any essays specifically for the application. For scholarships, yes, there is a different separate essay, but that's again depends on the scholarship, depends on what they ask you. But basically what SSU asked for the application is first a copy of course, your current passport, which must be valid for 6 months at least. They also ask for a bank statement because you need to show them that you can pay for your studies. And in my case, of course, I had scholarship, so I had to show them that I can pay like the difference, what I have to pay for my cost minus my scholarships, and then what is left over if I can pay it. Next one is the international application of admission, which is filled out online. Pretty easy. All they ask you is like enrollment information. So what are your academic plans? Like, do you want to get a bachelor's? Do you want to get master's? Do you want to get something else and something else? And also they ask how you wish to attend, online or offline or hybrid. And so far, I think that international students are only allowed to do fully offline. So you have to be on campus, and you can take some online classes, but there are some regulations about it, which your school should let you know about it. Then on application, you also give your personal information, your academic history, so which schools you attended, either as high schools or other universities, and also you attach your transcripts, so your list of grades from those schools, but they have to be evaluated by VAS or INCRAD, which are official credential evaluation agencies. Again, that can also vary between different universities, so you have to check that. Then also at Shawnee, standardized test scores like ACT and CAT are encouraged because you can qualify for some of the scholarships, so it can help you with being placed in different courses. But yeah, the important test that you have to show them is the English proficiency score. So you probably heard about either TOEFL or IELTS, or at Shawnee they also accepted Duolingo. So yeah, that's the application process. It is pretty long, but not too difficult. So speaking of deadlines, just again, really quick, check the website of your university for those. For example, at Shawnee, they recommended to start at least 2 months prior to the beginning of the planned enrollment. And in general, this wanted you, well, not wanted, but recommended to begin the process 6 months before. So, for example, if you wanted to go in fall semester, which started in August, all the materials required for the application must be received by the office no later than June. And then they kind of recommended to begin getting those documents and figuring out what you need in February. So it's quite easy. And now let's talk about the documents you would need. And again, the fees that I could find online and that I remembered I had to pay. Oh, speaking of the fees, I did forget to say that in application process for my university, you also had to pay the application fee, I think, of 50 euros, so they could process, $50, I apologize, so they can process your application. But again, depends on every university. So with the documents, the first thing you'll have to worry about is the CVIS fee. What I found online, I think it's $350 now. So basically, after the school accepts your enrollment, so after you submit the application, you will be registered at the Student and Exchange Visitor Information System, which is CVIS, and you must pay that fee. So then the school can issue you your I-20 form, very important document, because you have to have it when you come to the United States for the first time. So if you come to your university and you're at the border, at the airport, you have to show this document that explains that you come here to study, where you're going to go, and so on and so forth. And also, it's very important when you, for example, leave for a summer vacation from your university, because you do have to have a signature on it from your school representative, so you can come back to the United States after your summer vacation. So, very important document. And after you receive all that, you can apply for a visa, which a student visa is an F1 visa. And to do that, you will have to apply at the US Embassy, of course, which in Ukraine it's in Kyiv. And you have to fill in an application online. And after that, you have to pay a fee for your visa, which I believe is around $185. Again, what I can find online. And you have to schedule an interview at the embassy, where you'll have to come with some of the other documents, including, your bank statement, your I-20 form, and so on and so forth. And show them that you want to go study, what you're going to be doing there, that you can pay for it. And one of the important things is that when you go to study in America, you get an F1 visa, which is a non-immigrant visa. So you also will have to show them that, yes, I want to go study, but I also am planning to come back to my own home country and, kind of spread the knowledge that you got in America, and so on. The tips that I can give you, especially about visa, because the other ones is just, paying and receiving a form. Just be honest. Try not to be super nervous, and prepare. There are lots of videos online that you can watch about the visa interviews. Ask people who you might know who went through that process. I know that helps me with my nerves when, I know a real story from a person that I know. That would be my tips. And that would be concluding my presentation. And yes, thank you so much for your attention. And if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them.
Thank you so much, Sophia, for such an informative presentation. I highly enjoyed it, and I would just like to once again encourage our lovely viewers at home to please don't hesitate and feel free to reach out to us. We would love to answer any questions you may have. And while we wait for questions, I actually have one of my own, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So, do you have any tips for prospective students who are looking to apply to the US?
So the tips would be definitely, if you think about it, don't think that it's impossible. There are obviously ways to do it. There are different programs to do it. My story is just one way to do it, and also, just a story in a million other stories. And as I know, you are a great resource that shares all those opportunities and helps to connect to people who know something about it. So I would definitely say don't get discouraged. Find and search for any information you can look, and just don't give up.
Thank you so much, Sophia. And just to reiterate, our lovely advisors at EducationUSA Ukraine are always ready and available to give you a free consultation on any questions you may have about applying to the US, writing your application essay, and of course, to consult you on your visa applications. So please feel free to reach out, and of course not to miss any of our upcoming lectures, so as to get a full package of information about studying in the United States. So I guess another question I often get asked would be about activities on campus. You've mentioned that you were part of student government and also honor society. So how did you choose the activities you wanted to participate in, and was it easy to apply for them?
In my university was super easy. Even creating a club was super easy. So, for example, I think my last year at the university, I knew a couple of people that were really interested in going on different hikes because in Ohio we were in the area where there are a lot of forest, hills. It's really cool, and one of the students was like, "Oh, well, I know so many people who want to do it, so let's create a club," which basically meant that you can get some funding from the university. That can help you maybe pay for the gas, for example, for you to go somewhere, or pay for some snacks or something. And I think I don't remember the exact number of students you needed, but I think it's around 5 or 6 that you just needed to get together who wanted to also start the same club. And then you had to distribute roles like the president, the treasurer, the secretary, something and something. I don't remember exactly once, but after you do that, you find an advisor between like different professors or people who work at the university if they agree to do it, and that's it. Then you just fill an application, say we want to start it, and they started it. And for me, I chose different things that I saw on campus, either advertised somewhere. So we often had different, as we call them, fairs. So different clubs that already existed on campus would just all line up at the university, and you could come and talk to them and see like, oh, do I like what this club is doing, or do I like what this club is doing? And as a flex student, I was really interested in volunteering. So as soon as I heard something about volunteering, I said, yes, sign me up. I'm going to go. And then, of course, as a math major, they kind of introduced you to the club right away when they met you for the first time at the Department of Mathematics. So it was a given that I would be part of that club. And everything else kind of just somehow appeared in my way. And I said, oh, yeah, it seems really interesting to try. So.
Sounds wonderful. I guess a final question on my part would be one about financial aid. Mainly, what kind of aid did you receive from university, and what helped you be selected for this package?
So from the university, I received. I don't exactly remember all of the names of the scholarships because it was quite a few of them, and some of them were coming from the university, some of them weren't. But the biggest one that I received from the university is for my ACT scores. So because I took ACT and I scored pretty well on it, I received a scholarship for it. Then I remember that I had many scholarships from outside as well. They were coming. And for that, I had to fill out an application. And again, there you just had to be honest and just kind of explain what is your situation, why you want to come and study at this university, and how the scholarship is going to help you. Because obviously, if there is a scholarship that people are willing to give it to someone, they want to give this money to someone, but they also want to see how those money are going to help you. Yeah, that was, I think that's the biggest thing, that just try to apply and see the criteria. Make sure you fall in those criteria, and then with the essays, just be honest.
Thank you so much for some great tips and for sharing your experiences studying in the United States. I would like once again to encourage our lovely viewers at home to please don't hesitate to reach out to us and sign up for a free consultation. We would be happy to share a list of resources and materials that can help you not only find the university or college of your dreams in the United States, but also seek financial opportunities such as scholarships and grants. And by the way, on our social media, we regularly post special opportunities, scholarships, and grants specifically for Ukrainian students under the hashtag Scholarship Alert. So be sure to follow us there, of course, as well. And finally, we wish you the best of luck in your application journey. If you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out. And for the meantime, I wish you the best of luck. Keep working on yourself, keep persevering, and you will make your dream of studying in the US a reality. Thank you so much, Sofiia. Thank you, everyone, for watching us today. Please stay tuned next week to learn more about the application process to the University of Pennsylvania, and, of course, to learn more about application essays. And for right now, I wish you the best of luck. Stay safe and stay with Education USA. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.